Alrighty. Are we live? Think we're live? Yeah. If anyone is there, just say something. Think we should be live. Let's see. Nice, nice, nice. That's not the documentation I found. That's the documentation I wrote. In case we are discussing the same thing, this is programmer network. Is if you're referring to this, this is what I wrote. I'm not sure if this is Steve. Good evening, man. If you're referring to that, that's what I wrote, right? But maybe you're referring to something else. If in case I'll find it, give me just 1 second. I'm waiting for. So why is this RP not booted yet? Give me a second. I bricked one of the Raspberry Pis. I had to reset it. So just give me a second. All right, give me a second. I just need to. Okay, it's actually bound now, huh? Is that possible? Let's see. All right, it is actually. Okay, good. That's great. So let's regenerate the key, because I bricked last night in the stream this guy. And let's try this again. Yes, should be fine. Okay, great. So we're back. This guy works again, right? Cool. Okay, so we can close that, and we actually need to do some setup there. What we're actually gonna do is we'll go to some of the Ansible playbooks, hopefully. So let's just do RP2. Or how did I name the hosts inside of the inventory? So RP2, right? Yeah, but we would need to, Yeah, it's okay. So let's just go to what did I call it? Kubernetes, right? Ansible, and then let's do apt update, right? Yeah. And then we'll need to test some of these things now. That's great on this Raspberry Pi that I just had to restart, because yeah. So we need to test this fella, hosts. Should probably in this inventory create individual hosts as well, right? I don't know if I have to do that, but basically I think we could also do RP1, right? Okay, so the number 2 is working. That's great. And then we'll need to run disable swap there. We'll need to disable Wi-Fi on it. So actually we're going to test some of these stories I wrote on this new node, on this thing that I had to reboot anyway. Enable memory groups, we'll need to do this. So we'll need to enable memory groups so we can install K3S on it again and make it a node. We'll need to run the join this guy, right? So what this is going to do, it's going to SSH into the master node. It's going to get their token. And then it's going to try to set the token and blah, blah, blah. So we'll see that. Hopefully, yeah, we can. This is actually good that it was bricked in some way. Because, yeah, exactly. So we need to test a few things. So the README that I wrote, let's see what I was doing here. So one of the first things we would do, right? We would create an image, blah, 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 disable Wi-Fi. So that's going to be a good one. It's just the host here, we need an RP2. I wonder if we can just do this. I wonder if that's possible, because we have the RP2 in the hosts here. So that could in theory work. So if we do this, and then disable Wi-Fi, is that gonna work? Disable Wi-Fi in, okay, WPA, so it kind of failed there. I'm not gonna using anything yet. It's either gonna be Nginx or it's gonna be Metal load balancer. This Metal LB. It's either gonna be this or it's gonna be Nginx, right? So we'll see. We are not there yet. Maybe we get there today or the next stream. But yeah, disable Wi-Fi. Yeah, okay. So let's see why it failed here. Give me 1 second. So if I try to SSH here, hopefully, and we say V. Yeah, that's weird. Good evening. How are you doing? So yeah, but that's disable Wi-Fi. What did I write? Yeah, so that was the config, right? So open this file, add this line, right? What did it fail with? Let's go back. Let's run this Ansible thing again. Disable Wi-Fi. Template error while templating string. Expected token and the print got. Okay, let's instantly run this by our AI friend. So we can just kind of, it's good actually. I'm happy that we kind of bricked this guy because I need to set it up now again. But we're gonna set it now, not manually. We're gonna run all of these. Nice, man. Pretty much the same. Been at work as well. Came home, been with my wife and kid. Put my kid to sleep. And now I'm here for a little while with you guys. Okay, so let's see. It's suggesting us to remove some lines. Okay, let's give it a shot again. It's okay. So we'll try this again. Disable Wi-Fi. Okay, changed. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, it seemed that it worked. It's gonna wait 5 seconds now. I'm a tech lead. I work, I think you can find my LinkedIn here. I work as a tech lead. I run a team of 7 people now. I work as a technical lead at Dream Data almost 3.5 years, you can see now. So no, this is not what I do at work. I work as a full stack developer at work. I'm mostly in the meetings. But if I'm not in the meetings, I'm either helping my team or building APIs or UIs or whatever. But you can see, I mean, I've been working for many years. I've been working since 2008. In 2008, I worked as a Cisco engineer. 2009, I worked as a Cisco engineer. So yeah, it's been many years now, doing a lot of different stuff. But yeah, what we're doing in the stream now, that is not what I generally do at work. No. Ah, shit, this is not actually good. So I don't see that it appended this at all. Oh, it did actually. Nice. Okay. But is that correct though? Is that what I initially wrote? Actually, I should have just shared my LinkedIn with you if you care. That this is, I don't have Facebook, Instagram, and any of these platforms. I only have this, and I have, of course, my own platform that you haven't signed up yet, which is a programmer network platform, right? Yeah, this is wrong. Christian Bale, who is that? This is a bit weird. Why is this? Oh, okay, so this was already here, I guess, right? This was already here. Okay, good. So this worked actually, right? So this story actually worked. Prevent it from loading a boot. Did we do that as well? No, it's fine. We were all juniors at one point, right? So that is you will get there very soon, very soon. Okay, so how can I check if Wi-Fi is disabled? Nice. Okay, good. So that kind of works. That kind of works. So this is great. This is very good. Very good. Very good. Let's actually go to our router, to our MikroTik router. Actually, we need to make sure to make this guy not issue. So we need to make sure this is a static thing. It is. We did make it static. So that's good. So DHCP is not going to assign a different IP to it. So that's good. Yes. Okay, so we need to do the C groups now. Let's test that Ansible playbook that we wrote. So we need to run now the and the only kind of thing I dislike here now is basically right that. So it would be nice. Let's figure it out afterwards in a couple of minutes. But basically, it would be nice to be able to pass host sometimes as an argument when executing the Ansible storybook, because right now I keep kind of changing the host in the top here, as you can see. But we'll see about that, right? Vlado, good to see you again, man. You can do dash limit. Thank you very much for that. That's exactly what I need. Let me test that. So we need to enable C groups right now, so we can reinstall the. So let's do that. So let's just make sure that I wrote this story properly. So let's make sure that I actually SSH into RP2 that we bricked, and then if we do this, okay, good. So we need to append something at the end of this line to enable C groups, right? So that's correct. We want to add this state, ensure it's added at the end of the line if missing, and then reboot, then wait for the reboot. So that's perfect, right? And let's do what. So basically, as Vladu said, I suppose if I pass limit host, so Vladu, if I pass limit and then give it a host, it's going to ignore what's defined in a YAML file, right? Okay, nice. And I can give it a host name like RP2, right? So I guess the shorthand is L, right? So I guess limit L RP2, right? Actually, it doesn't like that. connection options. I'm passing it in a wrong place, I think. In the middle of I, all right. So this is the inventory file, right? So can I put it before? Can I say L and then RP2, right? Yes, okay. Nice. Thank you very much, man. That's amazing. Okay. Ah, fuck, I ran the wrong one. Shit. Ouch. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Okay, we should probably safeguard ourselves against this, right? Because now, most likely what we've done, we've appended this again, right? So it's okay. So maybe we should just extend this. Let's just say here, let's just say ensure to exit early if the Wi-Fi is already disabled. And this is good. It's very practical for me to generate this stuff in such a way, right? Because this is the most pragmatic way for me to kind of learn how to compose these Ansible stories, right? So for example, I can see here that, so this is it's very awesome actually, believe it or not. Because I'm constantly like adding some complexity, which, yeah, so you can see we've appended this twice now. So I'll just remove this, right? Yeah, I don't know what happens to Vim mode. I don't know which version it's installed here, but it's fine, right? So I'm just for fun run this Ansible again, just to ensure that this check in fact is, so check if Wi-Fi is blocked. Set fact if Wi-Fi is already blocked. Exit early. So let's try that again. No, so it didn't work. Shit. Okay, I guess let's not maybe lose our sleep about that just yet, right? But yeah, I don't know also why is it taking so long. Wait, is it okay, it's fine. So let's just remove that once again and then move on, right? Okay, cool. Okay, so, but what did we want to do? We wanted to run enable C groups, right? So we're going to run that story now with the suggestion of Vladu. So we're going to do enable memory groups, pass it a limit, and hope that this is going to work. Yeah, ensure memory C groups are enabled in boot firmware. Hopefully not going to mess up the boot. Running handler reboot Raspberry Pi, okay? And let me just remind myself, Ansible handlers. Sometimes you want a task to run only when a change is made on a machine. For example, you may want to restart service if a task updates the configuration, but if not, the configuration change. Uses handlers to address it. Handlers are tasks that can only run when notified. Okay. Let's, where's my document? Let's take a look at this. Did we in fact do it? Is this correct? It doesn't seem to be appended at the end. Is it appended to the end or is this appended to the new line? Yeah, that's not correct, right? The issue is occurring because the CMD line file is all kernel parameters must be on a single line with no line breaks. You don't want to append on a new line. They must be added, blah, blah. Sure. Okay, let's see what it did here. Regex. Let me just change the music. Let's just say, I don't know what we're going to play. Best of Iron Maiden. No, let's play Seventh Son of the Seventh Son, basically. All right, so let's update this. Did I actually grab that stuff from there? Yeah, here it is. Match the entire existing line. Append these parameters to the matched line. Use back reference to ensure existing content is preserved. Reboot PI. Okay. Chica, my friend, good evening. Let's try that again. All right, now it's correct. Beautiful. Super, super, super. Okay, one by one, we just reviewed them. Okay, cool. So we have disabled Wi-Fi. We have enabled the C groups on this device. Beautiful. And now we need to run the one that's supposed to SSH into my main master node, grab the token, and then set itself up as I call it join worker nodes, right? So let me just review this. So basically what I did here, I've created a custom variable in Ansible called K3S master. I set it here in my host variables, right? It's just like to decorate it in that way. So we know what it is. Where is it? Where is the... Yeah, this one. Retrieve join token from the master node. I'm a little bit worried about this one, but let's run it. I mean, there's no other way to test than to really run it, I suppose, right? So join worker nodes. Set K3S token variable. Do we need to give it here like a sudo, like can I pass become? But basically we have it here, so all of them should really be running it that way, right? But it seems to me that this guy fails because this K3S token is undefined. That's at least what I got from it. Let's try to run it again. That was at least my impression. Let's see. So yeah, failed message. The task includes an option with an undefined variable. The error was dictionary object has no attribute, std out. The error appears to be in the AJS program network Ansible line 16, column 7. Okay, let's yeah, what can we do? I mean, this sort of stuff is doesn't really require much logic. It's rather a configuration type of shit that I don't want to deal with. So let's see. The error you're encountering comes from the trying to access std out attribute from the join token variable, but the join token lists results due to the not the direct result, since you're delegating the task to multiple master nodes. I only have one master node. So yeah, we don't need to loop, right? So we don't need to loop, at least for now, until I have multiple ones, right? So let's try that. Exactly, right? So let's try that. Let's take a look at our inventory. It has to be. Bexy, how are you doing, friend? All nodes RP1. And then we have K3 master node true. So it's for sure defined. So let's, but it's okay. Join token register K3S master node. All right, let's take a look at that. Yeah, it doesn't like something, right? So let's see. Fail early. Fail early if no master node is found. K3S master node is undefined. The condition check K3S master is undefined for K3S master. The error was error while evaluating conditional K3S nodes. So it's basically not picking up. Oh shit, I know what the yeah, no, but wait a minute, what? No, we are only running it on Raspberry Pi 2. Oh, I know what the problem is, right? I know what the problem is. Shit. The problem is that now we're passing this flag, right? Limit to just this host. But in order to pick this variable up, we need to run it against the all nodes. But then under all nodes, I don't want to do this for all nodes. I just want to do it. So yeah, that kind of sucks ass, right? So I have an idea. Like what we can do at least, we can comment these two out and then run this without the limit, right? And that way it will find hopefully the master node, right? So no, so it's still not finding it, which is weird, right? So if we go over here, we have RP1 and RP2. RP1 is the master node. If we take a look at the K3S master node, yeah. So what are we doing wrong? Retrieve the token only once for the master. Vladu, are you still there? Any idea? Do you have any idea why K3S master node thing is undefined? So K3S master node is a custom variable I have defined here in the host vars. So K3S master node true. And then here I'm filtering out, I'm saying, hey, I mean, can't I just say here, can I just say RP? So can I say RP1 like this? Can I just point to the host itself? And then do like this? Yeah, nice, okay. So that's kind of working. Install K3S and join the cluster. That's going to be interesting if it manages to do that. That would be pretty sick. Install K3S and join the cluster. So we're doing this fella now. Verify that the node has joined the cluster, kubectl, get nodes, node status, blah, blah, blah. We'll see if we get to that point at all. Is it really installing it for that long? I guess it is. Okay, let's give it a second. Yeah, something feels a bit weird. Is it really taking this long to install? So actually it seems that it did finish. Or did it kubectl get nodes? So RP2 is not ready. Yeah, so it's probably, yeah, but we actually never passed this point, so I wonder why. So I wonder why are we stuck? Why are we stuck here? So retries delay 10, maybe because of these retries or something. No, sorry, we didn't actually get there, so we failed. Well, we are still here. How's your Ansible organized? I mean, I'm not an expert in Ansible. We just added Ansible like 2 days ago, but so nothing special. I just have playbooks here and host var so far, and the inventory is here. So that's pretty much all for now. Nothing fancy. It's far from good, I think, but it's good for now. We're just it's a learning process to say, right? So it's gonna get there over time. Okay, so let's talk to the robot. Ansible is kind of stuck on that step and not moving. Let's see why. Maybe something with a bash or whatever. Give me 2 seconds. So in theory, it should work, right? Yeah, in theory, it should work, right? Let's try running it again. Okay, so we did kind of pass this now, so it was probably something random. And now we're getting this thing, right? So we got somewhere. Let's see what's happening. The warning you're seeing is related to overuse of Jinja 2 templating until blah blah. So yeah, so it seems this is kind of where we failed a bit. So let's update this until it's gonna fail anyway now, right? So let's kill that and let's try again. How can we actually check the token on a? How can I check check if the token was actually properly used on the worker node? Yeah, so let's take a look at that, right? So this is gonna fail for sure. Yeah, but we don't see this line. Interesting. So yeah, we have the RP2 there, but it's not ready. So what's up with our what did we do wrong here? Other than, I wonder if I can print this K3. Like, let me ask this guy. Can we print the token inside of the task to see if the token is actually there? Yeah, the debug. Okay, whatever. Good to know. Let's do that. So let's run the story again. Yeah, so the token is there, right? The join token is there. Interesting. I wonder, like, okay, what if we just reboot the Raspberry Pi? And then if it doesn't work, I'll just manually try to run this on a worker node to see if it's going to join, right? It's going to probably take a while for this guy. Ah, it's already booted, okay. All right, so let's go to right? Are you kidding me, bro? I'll just manually try to smack this just so we can kind of see what the actual issue is. Is it with the automation or is it something else? Because now I'm starting to... So this would be, what's our RP1 IP? This guy, right? Yep. And then the token is here, right? So what if we do this and run it? What is the difference from K3S? The K3S is just more lightweight and it's made more for the edge, more for Internet of Things, IoT stuff, etc., etc. So fundamentally, the core difference for a user is where you use it, right? Fuck, is this maybe the problem? Maybe the IP here. Maybe we should be using the IP here, right? Not the dictionary. Shit. I'm starting to think that that's the problem. Yeah, maybe that's the problem, right? Print the... systemd starring K3S agent. I just want to see the debug statement. Yeah, this is the problem, man. What the fuck? Yeah, it's interpreting that as a string. Why? Ah, crap. Yeah, well, why? Well, because I guess I'm missing shit. All right, yeah. I mean, actually, let me not be hard on myself. We started using Ansible a day ago or 2 days ago, so it's okay. Let's just try to give it an IP here. It's fine, right? I just wanted it to be a little bit more clever, right? Okay, it's okay. What? What? Ah, okay, no, so, yeah, shit. What if I do like, can I do like RP1 or some shit like that? What if I do this, right? Let's just learn. I mean, I'm actually very excited. It's fine. Let me just move these debug statements. Let me move this debug statement at least on the top, just to see how is this actually being interpreted, right? So I'll just smack this bad boy here. This is their templating engine, so I'm not sure. I didn't do $sign. I didn't put a $sign. Okay, let's ask the robot, right? Maybe we should just ask the robot. Is this correct? I want to refer to my host inside of, what is it called? Host vars. Okay, so technically what I did actually does work. No, so actually what I did was in a way correct, right? So, I mean, my initial assumption is correct. This is going to define, this is going to actually take a look at the inventory. It's going to find, actually don't know if it's going to look at the inventory. It's probably going to use it, look at my vars, but either way, this does work, it seems, right? So it's going to retrieve the token here, and we know that because we print it, right? So we can see retrieve the token. You can see debug print the token. The token is this, which is correct. Print the K3S master node. Install K3S, but then I had this worker node added to the cluster before. Do I need to remove it so I can add it again or something? I don't actually know. I don't know how it works. Okay, so we need to drain it, right? So if we do like get nodes, right? We want to drain RP2. Let's see what these arguments are. Evigs the pod, removes empty dictionary. Okay. Okay, and then cube cuttle delete node rp2. Okay, right? And then let's try to run the Ansible again. And then it fails. I don't know why. Verify that the node, yeah. So let's actually try the verbose mode. Yeah, you're right. So if we do the get nodes, what the fuck is this, man? Why is this here? Didn't we like delete it? Two, exactly. It seems like that, right? Yeah, why are they still appearing here? I mean, if we have nuked them, clean up the worker. I mean, I would expect not to see them here, right? That's so weird. But okay, it doesn't matter. Let's run the Ansible again, just in a verbose mode, right? I guess we can do... Yeah, this is the problem. I mean, I don't think that... Yeah, this is the fucking problem, man. That makes no sense. Yeah, that's so weird, man. That's so weird. I don't understand. So it seems that... so this thing here... I don't... It's unclear to me. Okay, let's just do one thing, right? I'll just do one check, right? So we'll go to var hosts. We'll find the IP of this guy. And I'll just hard code it there, right? I'll just do this. I don't think that's... I mean, that's one of the problems for sure. But yeah, let's try to run this again. Good evening. Zdravo to you as well. So it seems to me that, I mean, this whole thing finishes, right? So I don't get what the problem is, genuinely. I mean, we do run the command, right? We do get the K3S, we download it, we set the URL. Oh my fucking god, it's HTTPS. It should be HTTP, right? I don't. This should be. I don't. Yeah, is that the problem? Shit. How does the program work? How goes the program? Uh. So no, that's not. I haven't streamed in like 3 months, to be honest with you. I streamed yesterday or day before yesterday again. So I mean, it's still there, and I'm working on it every now and then. And now I'm back to streaming, so it's going. I mean, it's there, and there's still some people coming and visiting and stuff. Not as it's not going. It didn't go as I wished that it had, but you know, it's there. And as I said many times, it's gonna be a long-term project for sure. So why can't we make this Ansible work? So what could be the problem here? Let's actually try to just follow my regular, because it's at this point, right? At this point, it's not really a at this point really is not about automation. So even if I run this crap outside of Ansible, right? Let's try that. This is creates a symlink. No change detected, right? So now, they are, so I don't get it, man. Like, is it ready now or not? Ready, scheduling disabled. What the fuck, man? So it's not ready, or is it ready? How the hell do we clean it from this list, man? Yeah, this is, I mean, I fucking wrote this, so that's what I did. So why doesn't it work? The only thing that I can think about is that we need to invict or something like that, right? Something that they told us about here. Why is it still appearing here, man? It shouldn't supposed to be. Like, So we have basically cleaned it up, right? Okay, so we cleaned it up now. All right, now we're doing this, right? So that's correct. Yeah, so it can't really reach, it can't verify. So for summary, so this all completes, but it doesn't have access. It doesn't really have access to I don't get it, man. Well, RP3 can't do that either. Yeah, but we tried to remove them, right? And it doesn't work. Man, I didn't expect to be wasting time on this crap, to be very frank with you. But I have no idea what's happening. Scheduling disabled. Ready scheduling disabled. Ah, shit, I rebooted the wrong thing. Crap. Okay. I rebooted the wrong thing entirely. It's okay. I wanted to reboot this guy. And I'm gonna reboot this guy as well. Let me actually find Nate. Good evening, Nate. Thank you for coming, man. And I think we're waiting now for the Docker thing here, because this is Windows Linux subsystem, right? So it's probably now. I'm thinking of buying a NAS. Well, what for? I have some opinions, and but you need to give me the use case. What do you need the NAS for? It really boils down to the use case, right? Oh, come on, man. Are you kidding me? I don't think you need it for that, man. I mean, even like all of the stuff that I'm doing now in the stream, right? All of this stuff that we're doing. Let me just put it this way. So right now, this cluster is running on, let me just check. So right now, this cluster is, let me just check. I have a power supply that measures. So right now, my cluster here spends around 25 watts of power, right? Monthly here in Denmark, that's around 45 crowns a month. So if we do DKK, to euro, that is around, let's say 50. So to run this cluster here that we are playing with, it costs me around around 6 euros a month, right? Now, if you take a look at Google Drive, for example, I think Google Drive you get, I don't know how many gigabytes for free, but if you take a look at this, you get 200 gigs a year. So that would be 20 crowns. So paying this storage monthly is cheaper 3 times than my cluster electricity wise, right? So it depends really on your true genuine reasoning, and you need to be honest with yourself, right? Do you want to really truly you need something to host files? Because definitely, you know, buying all the gear and maintaining it, etc., is well, I mean, again, you don't really even need to spend any money first of all, like, the question is, do you really, all of this stuff, again, that we're doing in this stream is for the sake of education. It's for the sake of personal development, education of people, right? Because, you know, this cluster that we're working with now, I spent hundreds of euros to build this, right? This router is maybe 200 euros. 4 Raspberry Pis, when I bought them, each one of them with the adapter and stuff was more than 100 euros. So let's say that these 5 Raspberry Pis were 500 euros, right? So 500, you don't need 4 of them. You can have 1, right? But fundamentally, I'm saying, let's imagine you buy 1 Raspberry Pi, right? So you buy 1 Raspberry Pi, which with the adapter and stuff is around 100 euros, right? It's a very basic calculation, right? So it's 100 euros for the Pi. You need a hard drive, say 1 terabyte SSD or NVMe, whatever. Minimum solid disk, let's say, is going to cost you, depending, let's say 200 euros, right? Let's say you want, I mean, if you want to build a NAS, right, then, and And then, of course, yeah, energy as well. So if you want to host NAS yourself, add, I don't know, my cluster right now is using around 25 watts, as I said. But let's imagine it's going to be some cost added to that, right? So for 300 euros, you can pay, this is around 100 euros. So this is 100 euros a year. So here you could get 3 years of 2 terabytes fully managed. You could get 200 gigs for like 10 years or something like that. So again, like, do you need a NAS at home unless you want to nerd with it and geek? No. I mean, none of this. You should never self-host things unless you enjoy it, unless you want to learn, unless you have other reasoning. If you truly want to store files, yeah, and don't forget time, right? Mike, my friend, good to see you again. Emma, good evening, Emma. Eman or Emma. So fundamentally, right? No. Look, take my opinion with a grain of salt, right? My point is, you have to decide why do you want a NAS, right? 99.9% of people who have NAS, they don't need NAS. They like to have a home lab. It's fun for them to, right? Because you have to create some sort of RAID setup. Your disks will die eventually. So et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's not like you buy this stuff once and it works forever. It doesn't, right? It's going to die eventually. Some of these hard drives, you will have to replace them. Your internet is going to, right? Your internet is going to be slow. You're going to move to a different address and your internet is going to be this or that. So there's many instances, right, in which that you have to consider. But keep in mind, please, don't get discouraged by me. Okay, RP2 now works. Are you kidding me, bro? So maybe we just wasted so much time. Maybe I just needed to reboot. I mean, this doesn't work, but it says that it's ready, right? So yeah, it is ready. So it does work. What type of certification? I suggest no certification. Certification is useless. Especially, there's few certifications which you could take that you actually need for real. That's Cisco. Cisco is a good, you could be a Cisco engineer, take that route in your career. But certifications are usually useless, so you don't need that. Nobody cares about that. Nobody is going to employ you because you have certification in most cases, right? So don't forget that. Learning new things as we're doing in this stream together, absolutely, you should learn new things, but there's no better way to learn new things than to build things and work on real projects like we're doing here, right, in a sense of these couple of streams now, right? But certification as a paper is useless, right? For the most part. Again, what in maybe 15 years ago when I worked as a Cisco engineer, I finished Cisco Academy. So I finished CCNA, and then I went into CCNP. That is kind of valuable, right? Because you could literally go into CCNA, right? This is a valuable certification because then you can work as a Cisco either Academy teacher, or you can work as oh, thank you very much for the Prime, Nate. That's very kind of you, man. Thanks. I'm happy you enjoyed the stream. So this is the only certification probably that I could suggest to people, right? Okay, so there's more people. Yeah. So basically what I want to... No, my pleasure, Nate. My pleasure, of course, man. So what I want to achieve in the next couple of streams, I want to write the most awesome guide on this. I'm also a beginner pretty much in Kubernetes, don't take me wrong. But I'm writing this massive document. Last 2 streams, I haven't committed the changes yet. But the idea is that we do end-to-end K3S setup all the way from MikroTik, from the networking layer up until the K3S, and then Cloudflare and CDN. Discord. I don't know, man. I haven't been streaming in months. I even forgot. How do I do that? How do I create a link? Invite link. Maybe settings? No. Oh, I think invite people. I see. Copy link, I guess. Here it is. Do certificates if your job provides it. Yeah, that's a solid point, I would say, for sure. I mean, yeah, if somebody is willing to pay for it, why the hell not, right? That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point, right? Yeah, I have, this is the cluster, so this is the cluster, 4 Raspberry Pis 4B with 8 gigs of RAM. So here on the bottom, you can see them, and they're plugged directly into the router board, MikroTik RB3011, as you can see. So yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I did this setup very long ago. It's just I haven't streamed now in a long time, and I was thinking like, okay, man, I'm gonna go back to some streaming on Twitch. So what should I do, right? This stream really was always about building this. In case some of you like it, you feel free to sign up. But now we're doing something a little bit different because I want to host Programmer Network at one point here locally. But we'll see if we ever get there. Okay, let's continue. But amazing discussions. Please keep it up. It's that's why I stream at the end of the day. Okay, so we have joined this thing, I hope. Actually, yeah, it's like give me 1 sec. And give me 2 seconds. This is too much for some of you. I'm a metalhead, right? So I don't want to scare you people. I know that there's a lot of snowflakes on the internet. So let's just make sure that I don't hurt anyone's feelings here. Please remove the right one. Nice, okay. No. Why did you do that? Why did you do that, man? That makes no sense, dude. Oh, crap, man. Are you kidding me, man? Why did it remove the ready one and not the scheduling one? That makes absolutely no sense. Wait. Let's reboot this again. Yeah, I mean, I don't play music on YouTube because I don't like the... I mean, I'm a musician, I'm a guitarist and a saxophonist as well, so I don't like that trash garbage music generated by AI or whatever. So I am playing music now, you just don't hear it on YouTube. Because YouTube doesn't have this VOD track or whatever is it called. But I can give you the playlist that I'm playing now. And then you can play along. Okay, let's wait for that. It removed the one in the ready state. Come on, you can do it. Ah. Where's my mouse? Here. Come on, will you connect, seriously? Does it really take that long to boot? Give me 1 second. Yeah, it's actually blinking there. Ah, shit, that's not what I wanted. Alright, Jesus Christ. Okay, so now it deleted it, right? But why? Dude, like, seriously, I don't get this, man. Like, why can't it delete it? It just doesn't want to delete it from here. That makes absolutely no sense. I don't understand. It's like, what the fuck, man? Why? Like, what do I have to do to... What do I have to do to nuke it from here, man? I mean, it's exactly, it's not doing anything. It's evicted already, right? Yeah, so it's not found. So why is it shown in the list? It's so weird, man. No. I mean, it's not. I mean, I removed it already. It's no longer there. So why? Sudo systemctl restart K3S agent. Let's try that there. Tech lead. Good evening, buddy. No, it's just realized it was you. Yeah, so it's ready here. So we know it's ready, right? For sure. I mean, it's ready again because I've just restarted the K3S agent. So I know that this works, and we could probably move on now. It's just I don't know why this won't disappear from the list, right? Because I can see that this thing actually there. So we can see the RP2 is here. So that works, right? But it's okay. I learned at least some of these commands now, right? So let's give this output to the robot. Robot is great at reading this crap. This is not something a human can interpret too well. Let's... Thank you very much, man. Good to be back, especially seeing you guys that I knew for so long now. Being here, that's amazing. I have no idea what this guy said. No way, Chica, you can't leave, man. No, I think this is fine by now. I think this is fine by now. I think it's okay. So I think we can move on. I think this actually, in fact, works. So we can test some of these. Mautus, good evening, buddy. Good to see you as well. Very good, man. I haven't streamed in like 3 months or so. And then I came back a day or two ago. And we started building this cluster now. So we did this. We did join, right? So set up Postgres. Yeah, next thing we could try is to set up the Postgres now. Let me just plug in one of the hard drives. 1 second. Give me 2 seconds. I had this long discussion with this fella here. Yeah, it's actually this discussion here. Yeah, exactly. What the fuck is this? No, that's not. I think this is. I was researching something else. Wait, I think this is a. No. This is the one. All good. Yeah. So I last night in the stream we failed to set up the RAID 1, and we're gonna probably order 2 drives this stream. We're gonna probably order some new drives this stream. But give me 2 seconds. Yeah, I just want to do one thing. So what was I doing? So we have this guy here, right? So we want to do fdisk, right? What was it? Yeah, why am I reading that? But we have actually this thing. Is it mounted? All right. Either way, okay. We'll get that there in a second. So let's try the Postgres now. So we need. I think maybe we have one or two more of playbooks, and then we should be done with that. I mean, they all kind of work. So let's try Postgres. Ah, fuck! I don't want this verbose mode anymore. All right, ensure Docker is installed. Okay, cool. So far so good. Let's see where we get. Ensure Docker is installed. Let's take a look at our Postgres. Ensure Docker is installed. Ensure Docker network exists. Okay. Remove existing Postgres container if present. Yeah. And then run the container with a restart always, basically, so it starts on the boot, right? Okay. Seems reasonable. Run Postgres container. And then once we mount the drive, external drive, we'll probably need to update this Ansible playbook to use the external drive. And we can kind of automate it, I guess, somehow, because we're going to plug only one external hard drive. So we just have to tell it somehow, hey, you know, run Postgres container. Why is it taking so long? Okay, actually, so it worked. Because the IP and everything is the same, in theory, this should exist, right? Test database, tables are not found. But if we go here, let's see, can we, yeah, it works. So we can see, in fact, that we can, yeah. So now we are, in fact, connected to that database. So that has worked, right? Beautiful. So let's try the same with the Redis one, right? So we're going to do this, and I'm just going to say setup Redis. And I think that is the last one that we tested, and all of them worked. So Redis, join workers, memory, C groups, disable Wi-Fi, disable swap. Shit, okay. I didn't disable swap, right? So we need to test this one, and then we should kind of be good. Okay, let's try to run it again. Ensure Docker is installed. All right, so we just ensure, so we need to ensure pretty much that we need to do the same for this one, right? So we need to ensure that if the same container exists, we want to nuke it. And this would be Redis container name, right? Yep. Let's try that again. So how can we ignore this? So if the network exists, just do nothing. All right, let's ask the robot. Just ensure that the network exists, and if not, create it. Otherwise, do nothing. That's what we want, right? So let's see what the robot is gonna come up with. Let's compare. Ensure the Docker network exists for Redis. Okay, so it's the same what I have in there. Okay, cool. Okay, this should now work, I suppose. Nice. So now we should have Redis running. Let's take a look at that. Yep. Let's try to create a record. Let's say foo JSON hi world save. Yeah, there we go. That works as well. Super. Okay, so fundamentally all of the playbooks now work. We didn't test the swap one, so we need to disable swap memory on this Raspberry. Shit, there's a lot of crap in here. So turn off the swap temporarily. All right, let's try to run it. So we're gonna do the same. We're just gonna say swap disable dphys swap file service. All right, reboot the machine. All right, super. So yeah, I can see that it's rebooting there, and yeah, so that's pretty cool. Reboot the machine to complete swap disabling. All right, cool. So that's great. So we've basically, so okay, so it's good that I kind of bricked this one that I had to reset up this whole this specific Raspberry Pi, because we have now tested every single one of these. Rio and Dev, good evening, buddy. So nice that so many of you guys that were here following me all along, you're still here. Thank you, man. Thank you for coming, man. Good to see you again. I haven't been around in months, and hopefully I'm back to some streaming at least every now and then as before, right? Oh my god, 25 gold. One of my most loyal army followers. What's up, my friend? How is life? Okay, that's very good, fellas. That's very, very good. That is very, 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 very good. So now next thing really that I want to do here is and only now you've decided to say something. How dare you? So it's not there. Fix Raspberry Pi Wi-Fi. So it has to be this crap, man, right? So it has to be, or this long gas thing we did yesterday, right? Yeah. I mean, being adult and being busy is expected, right? If you're not busy and you're adult, then something's wrong. So we are all, I feel you, I'm with you, and add wife and kid and all of that to it, and then that's just, so it's good. I mean, I even hate, I think it's even disrespectful to say that we're busy, right? Of course we are busy, right? It's that's expected. That's expected, right? So this is not the one, so it has to be this one. We had a long stream last night. I'm trying to find the discussion that we used. Is it this one? Yeah. No, I don't think so. There's some mention of Helm in here. So no, it's not this one. That kind of sucks, man. Yeah, so it's not that one. All right. Well, either way, right? Let's take a look at one thing. Okay. So we have a hard drive here. What was it? F disk, right? So how was it? I want to format and recreate SDA1 using exactly. I don't think it's mounted yet. No, exactly. Good. So we want to delete, right? Partition deleted. We want to create a new partition. We want to create it as a, let's say, primary. Let's choose the default. Do you want to continue? Do you want to remove the signature? Yes. Now we want to write that, right? And now we should kind of have it. And now we want to mount it. We want to format the new partition, right? That's great. So let's do that. And then we will eventually create a mount point, right? So while that's happening, I'm thinking to spend maybe 100 euros and order 2 of these guys and have them in the RAID. This is the cheapest disks I could find, which are really good for what we're doing. We don't need much. And we don't need, this is the smallest size I could find. I wish there was actually smaller, but there isn't. So there's no, these drives, they don't have any cache or anything, so that's kind of shitty. But for like 100 euros, we can get the 2 hard drives. We can get 2 USB 3 to SATA adapters to plug them in. And just for the 1 unit rack, right, for this guy, for the bottom part, we can get the extendable shelf, right, fairly cheap. This is maybe 20 euros. And then we would set these 2 in a RAID, right? Because I failed last night, and I think it's because of the disk. So I'm not quite sure yet. I need to make up my mind if we need that. Okay, let's create a mount point here. Let's call this HDD. I don't know why I actually called it HDD. That makes absolutely no sense, but whatever. Why I don't actually see it. Yeah, but I actually don't see it. Well, did I do something wrong? Did we actually mount it? Did I mount it? I agree with you, actually. It's just, how come that a DFH doesn't show it? Oh, I didn't mount it yet. Yeah, sorry, yeah, you're absolutely right. Let's rename that, right? can we just say crap. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, I agree. So let's do that. Shit, this worries me, seeing these messages. Okay. Here it is, right? Here, 1 second. All right, cool. So that's great. Actually, you know what? I will save this. I will save this because I want to put this all. I want to make sure that this guide is as absolutely comprehensive, and I don't want to assume the level of. And then I need to commit a lot of these things. So let's say, so raid setup we're gonna forget for now. Again, as I said, we'll probably order this tonight by the end of the stream. It's gonna come in a couple of days. The only reason why I didn't do that yet is because I want to take 2 USB sticks, as also Chica suggested, and just test if the issue we had last night with creating a RAID was related to one of the hard drives. If some of you who were here last night, you remember it says it's going to take 100 days to create to format that thing. So if it turns out to be the disks, then we'll just spend 100 euros, just buy this. I had some other ones in mind, like I had 2 of these in mind. These ones are a little bit better. They have some cache on them, so it would be a little bit faster. The problem is I don't need 1 terabyte of space to host a database, right? It's ridiculous. So this is the smallest disks I could find. If somebody has a better suggestion, something Vlad, it didn't help. I did that after the stream last night. And also that guy has been using NTFS. Actually, because right after the stream, I spent some time with my wife. And then I went to this thing that took me to this thing. But then, as you can see here, this guy has used NTFS, right? And actually, what I also did, I formatted both disks. No, it was the same. So I even formatted both drives to use NTFS. There was no difference at all. So I have absolutely no clue what's going on. I was getting even less than 100. He's getting 100 kilobytes. I was getting like 60 kilobytes or whatever. So I don't know. So, but I did try it for sure, man. I mean, I don't mind spending money, right? Because I will for sure run this cluster in the future, and I'm gonna host my stuff on it. It's not about the money. It's mostly about being. It's easy to buy things. I can go and we'll probably actually do that. I mean, I would say because both disks have to sync in parallel, I guess. Then, do you know latest Angular? You need to be a little bit more specific. What do you mean, do I know it? Do I use it regularly? Do I use it at work? No. But I would say that I've been writing JavaScript for 20 years, so I probably know it, yes. Because it's the same bullshit for decades, right? We're just recycling the ideas. Okay, good. I can still SSH. At least. Okay, so yeah, I am super cool. Actually, you have just offended me. You just called me cool. I'm not cool. I am super cool. Super cool. I need to put this as part of the guide eventually, but I just need to... How dare you calling me cool, bro? That's so disrespectful. I think... Ah, man, even after months of not streaming, I remember that that chat trigger command. Okay, this is good. I'm just keeping notes. I'm just writing things down because in a few days or weeks from today, we'll do so many things that it's impossible to keep track. Impossible to keep track. Okay, so this is good now. Now we have a hard drive that's mounted and... common commands. Let's just let me just write this as well, because I want to set that up. So check mount points, I guess. I can actually send you my VS Code settings, and then you can figure out what am I doing. Let me see if there's any sensitive crap here. No. And then maybe I have some extra things, right? Ah, come on, man. Like, there you go. And then see, I mean, I have the font ligatures. It could be that. There's some other shit, right? So it could be that easily. All right, sorry. So what did we have? We have that. We have ls. Yeah, right. So let's leave it there. Okay, cool. So next thing, I guess, what I want to do... How come... Yeah, but where's our mount? Why is the disk no longer mounted? Do we have to mount it every single time? Your FS tab has been modified. Yeah, I don't... No, I mean, it says that it's already mounted. Which last two steps? Create new partition. We did this, we did this, we did that. We did this, right? Add, I see. I see, shit. You're right. You're absolutely right. So we need to get the UID there, right? Yeah. Oh, come on. I don't know why Vim is getting fucked up inside of here, man. It's so frustrating. I can't. So let's just use Nano. Fuck it. Even though I'm not a huge fan. I don't even know. All right. So am I supposed to do like? Give me 1 second. I guess this is partial UID, I suppose. So I guess we could do the same, right? So correct me if I'm wrong, but following my logic, that makes total sense. We say part UID, and then we just offer things like this, right? Should be the same. Am I correct? I mean, that has to make sense, right? That has to make sense. Okay, what do I do now? Okay, so now we see the mount points here, right? So that should be correct, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, great. Thank you, guys. That's a huge help. Okay, good. So now if we go to setup Postgres here, this playbook, right? We'll need to bind some volume. And this is going to be very difficult to automate now because I don't know what the eventual setup is going to be. So let's first think about, can we create an Ansible playbook for this? Because obviously doing this step by step is very error prone. So these nodes that I keep saving, like, yeah, shit, that's gonna be difficult for Ansible to do. I would like to think that, right? Also, should this really be? But let's see how smart it is. There's nothing we lose, right? Can we make an Ansible playbook out of this? Wow. I'll miss you, Chica, man. So Postgres is gonna be, so Postgres is basically on this second node there, but it's not part of the cluster. So think about it. It's imagine it's a managed Postgres, managed Redis, right? So I'm not putting it. So it is on one of the Raspberry Pis, but it's not in the cluster. So basically, we will just provide the URL string to our cluster somewhere, and it's going to be able to access it. And we will do some networking there, so the database is only accessible within the maybe IP range or within the Docker network. I don't know yet. But the idea is that obviously the databases are only accessible within the physical domain of this network there, maybe even just a subnet, maybe literally have this subnet in there. And then, so nothing other than my Kubernetes should be able. And of course, or we can set up a firewall, because maybe once this is fully running in a couple of days or weeks, like once we're done with everything and I can host my whole programmer network project here, then maybe I would want to control it via firewall as well to some degree, or do some network address translation just for that, like database. Because for example, I maybe want to use AppSmith or Retool, right? I'm not, for programmer network platform, I'm not going to build my own administrative dashboards ever, because that's a huge waste of time, right? So I'm already using like AppSmith that connects to my Hetzner database. So on my Hetzner, I have a firewall that only allows access to my database from one IP, which is the AppSmiths, because that's the only service I'm not hosting as part of my Hetzner infrastructure. So let's imagine that I want to use Retool or AppSmith. Then I would need to allow some of this part of this cluster to be accessed from the outside. But we'll see, right? I don't know yet. I have a lot of ideas. I know what I want to do, so that's good. And with ChatGPT and OpenAI and Gemini and stuff, obviously it's a huge help to be able to generate some of this stuff and learn very quickly, right? But I have a very good idea what I want, so I have the outcome in my head already. So that's great. Give me 1 second. I think. All right, we'll decide again, I guess, about these drives later, if we need to buy them or not. Okay, let me just think a little bit about this Ansible story, because I have an idea maybe how to write it. So let's call this. How should we call it? Let's say create hard drive or whatever. I don't know the name yet. Okay. So I think it would be nice that we have this kind of automated, that it takes some arguments when we call this playbook. So one of the arguments could be the disk mount point as well. So I guess these are the variables, right, that we can pass as the arguments to the Ansible. I don't know if this is a bug, this is a mistake, or is this... Cassie, my friend, good evening. So, but it's good to see, man. I'm so impressed by Ansible, really. This is so awesome, man. This is so awesome, dude. Okay, so basically you're saying that I can just tell it, let's do this using fdisk, because I don't understand why echo is written like this. It seems wrong. Oh, to simulate. Oh, fuck. Yes, I see. No, yeah, exactly. So basically this is like create a new partition. Oh. Yeah, that makes total sense, man. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, fuck, thank you. No, I mean, I literally, once you wrote it, I kind of figured that's exactly it. Yes, you're right. I get it. Yeah, now I just like it better like this, because that indentation I hate. Okay, so let's keep going back and forth with this guy. So okay, so this seems reasonable, but let's open up these vars so they are taking the CLI arguments. For instance, I want to be able to tell you the name of the hard drive and the name of the partition. In simple words, whatever variables we are hard coding now, it would be better if we can pass them as args, so this playbook is reusable without needing to hard code things, right? What is... I see. So the partition number is necessary only if we assume that the existing disk has multiple partitions, right? No, definitely not. Definitely not. Okay, actually, I dislike this. I dislike this considering that I want to wipe everything clean and then create a... So let's not worry about that, I guess. Can we do that? This is awesome, man. I like this a lot. This is pretty badass. That's so cool, man. Oh my god, it's so nice doing it manually and then not doing it manually, and then you see how awesome it is. Because this is not what any human should be doing, honestly. This is literally type of crap that nobody should ever be doing manually. Because it's... Why, right? Why? Crap. Why do I want to do this all from scratch? Fuck it, I want to do this. I want to do this. We must do this. Okay, let's try this. Wait. Yeah, man, of course, it's everybody's welcome there. Okay, actually, let's call it partition and format. That's not a terrible suggestion. It's definitely better than mine. Mine is worse. So partition and format. Sure. Yeah, that looks great. Is it gonna work? Let's see. So let's do this. Let's add Ansible. We limit to this host, so that's good. Just want to make sure that's running there. And then we do, what is it? Partition and format. Looks great. All right, that's a big ass. Wow. Wow. That's the biggest exception I've ever seen. Wow, look at this. Looks like a Christmas tree. I love it. Very useful. Thank you guys for your follows and stuff. I appreciate it. Disk device. Oh crap, of course, man. We're not giving it any arguments. Of course it's failing, right? We need to give it environmental variables. Or no, actually, no, this is what it says for E, but yeah, so let's, we need to give it shit, right? Yeah, I think I just didn't pass it the necessary stuff, right? So I guess, yeah. It seems pretty reasonable. Oh, wow, it actually did it. Let's just, I don't know actually what it did. Okay. Oh, okay, the handler name was different. There was extra stuff at the end, I see. Why do I hate YAML? Why? So it has the dot. Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, that's a very good question, right? No, I don't think so. And I think that's what's happening, right? Yeah, so actually, yeah, fuck man, that's a very good point. It's a very good point. Let's remove that, right? I think you're absolutely right. Oh, there's this one as well. Oh yeah, this is the one that I created. Yeah, exactly. That's the one that I created, right? Okay. So let's try that. All right, that worked. That worked. Let's try to run it once again, just for that edge case core that you suggested, right? Yeah, yeah, it works. Oh my god, man. So awesome, dude. Fuck. That is so nice, man. Jesus Christ. Oh, wow. Ah, fuck. I'm in love with Ansible, man, already. And especially with the AI now being able to just, of course, I mean, it's going to take time to learn all of these things, like to genuinely understand them, like with everything else. Let me not pretend that I'm an expert at this, but that is pretty awesome, man. I mean, there is what, like 7 steps here that you'd need to do manually, right? Now we just have a thing, man, that we can pretend it's okay. True. Actually, let's pretend. No, man, but this is so badass, man. Can I smack a comment here? No, man, this is so nice, man. This is so nice, right? I mean, come on. Like, fuck, man. Look at that. Look at that, man. Wow. Crazy, man. Crazy. So nice, man. So nice. Now when we buy these 2 new hard drives that I'm planning to order, 2 minutes. Also true. Also true. Also true. I follow that, right? That's why I guess you would want to test this on redundant hardware or whatever. You get my point. I don't think that anyone should do this in production like this, right? I just think I actually think quite the opposite almost in a way. I think there's a higher possibility that a person is going to make a mistake than that you're going to create a script like this that's going to make a mistake, right? So assuming you will run this always against some crappy thing, right? No, this thing right now is using 25 watts of power. Let me actually show you. So this whole cluster, including 2 MikroTik routers. So let me show you the... Give me 1 second. Where is it? So all of that right now is using 27 watts of power. So basically, I think right now it's around €6 a month. I measure it using the smart plug. I have a, you can actually, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see all the way in the back. So there's the power supply in the top of the cluster, but I don't know if you can see, it's kind of blurred out in the back. There's another power supply inside of the rack, and that's all of the shit is plugged into that. That is the smart power. And right now, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Yeah, you can't actually see it. Camera cannot. But it's 27, so basically it's nothing, right? It's around 40 crowns, 45 Danish crowns a month. Yeah. The problem with the the thing is, I mean, once we finish this whole article and this whole video series, I'm actually gonna record a real video of everything we've done. I'm gonna reach out to MikroTik. MikroTik has a very good switch. Let me show you. That I don't want to spend money on. So I'm just gonna ask them, look guys, I'm doing this video anyway. If you wanna get free advertisement, just send me the switch. I don't care. I'll show you one of the switches. It's a proper switch that has, I think, I don't know how many ports of PoE. Yeah, absolutely. I can do that. Let me see what was the fuck. Give me 1 second. What was the model of the switch? Yeah, here it is. So this one costs around €500, which is money that I don't want to spend now on a switch because I don't need it. But you can see it's indicated yellow, right? So it's a PoE switch. But actually, let me show you. Oh, you don't see. Crap, sorry. What the fuck is that? So it's this one, right? Their website is slow for some reason. So I would want MikroTik to send me this. So as you can see, passive PoE, low voltage, blah, blah, PoE, blah, blah. The device consumes up to 44 watts, leaving guaranteed 400 watts, blah, blah. 3 by 150 per every 8 Ethernet ports to power your PoE devices, right? So essentially you can I could power every single Raspberry Pi directly through Ethernet cable, right? So this would eliminate the need for these ugly white power plugs there. Of course, ugly power plugs there give you the pretty stable current, right? So that's also good, especially if you have hard drives plugged in. I think there is. I think for Raspberry Pis at least there is. If I read it right. Because I mean 500 watts, right? Is a total output of this. That's a lot, right? Yeah. I mean, what one of the Raspberry Pis is using how much? 5 volts, I believe. Exactly, right? So worth giving a shot, right? I'm gonna reach out to them. Can you view project chat in Discord? View. Oh. Redux Vue.js socket.io. Well, I cannot register. If you have some demo account, just give it to me, sure. Yeah, I cannot sign up now. So if you have some demo account, yeah, I'm happy to give you some comments for sure. For sure. I see. Okay. Let's just spend a minute giving some feedback. T1, 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 T1. Well, that's already a feedback. You should not be accepting a password of 2 characters long, right? So that's feedback number 1. Yeah, that doesn't work. Oh my god, okay. So the feedback number 1, that's not good, right? Your password shouldn't be able to be 1 characters long, right? So that is the first comment. Okay. All right. I have no idea what I'm looking at right now. So that's, yeah, if this is some sort of a kind of word game or whatever, you should have some sort of a, you know, some sort of a, you should have some sort of a guide, right? Some sort of like onboarding, right? So sure, I get it, right? This stresses me out deeply. Like this is very aggressive. I mean, I'm literally need shock therapy, a mosque and a church after seeing this. It's like, I will kill you, motherfucker, and bury you, and nobody's ever gonna find you and see you again. That's the feeling I got, right? So tone it down a bit. Like, fuck you, man. Like, fuck you for using my app, bitch. That's kind of what I got out of that, okay? So fundamentally, right? Fundamentally, I have no idea what this is, right? So I think you've put some nice effort. There's a bunch of things on the screen. So I think the only thing you need to do is you need to have some onboarding, right? So in simple words, when I log in for the first time, you should capture the first session. You should have maybe some table that checks that. So when I log in, so basically in simple words, is first session. You should have a boolean somewhere, right? If yes, onboarding, right? Welcome to aggressive Slavic game of words. I'll fuck you up. So thank you for trying this game out, motherfucker, right? All right. And then after you threaten the person and insult them, it's like, yeah, now go play the game, bitch. There it is. That's my feedback. What do you think is better, to use JetBrains code writing? There is no such thing as better, right? In software engineering, it's very rare that something is better than something else, right? Because it's a very subjective thing. So if somebody tells you that this language is better than this tool is better than this, they're usually junior and they have no idea what they're talking about. So of course that fundamentally there are certain tools and languages and libraries which suit some specific runtime better. So you're not going to write CSS in C or Haskell or Clojure, right? But the best tool that exists for you is the tool that you're the most productive in. So if you're productive in JetBrains, then use JetBrains. If you're productive in Vim, then use Vim. If you're productive in VS Code, and it same applies to the languages. Use the language that you know best, because fundamentally, the only thing that matters is what you build. You can learn 10 different languages and learn how they work and low-level stuff and all the rules, but if you're not building anything, that is useless, right? So always focus on finding things that work for you, and always focus on building things rather than talking about them or talking about, scalability and stuff like that, right? Scalability is something that maybe at best 2 or 3% of developers in their lifetime ever face. In the scalability world that we're talking on, all of these tech influencers and stuff, most of them are talking bullshit, right? So fundamentally, just focus on things that work, right? Just focus on things that work for you. That's what I would say. Always works best. Okay, this is amazing. So now we have the mounted thing. Now we have the mounted thing. And now if we go to our Postgres thing, right? So yeah, now I'm a little bit in doubt, right? Because of course we can bind the volume now here to that mount point that we have. But this is now going to couple essentially two different playbooks in such a way where the order of their execution is going to matter a lot. And then the fundamental question then becomes, does everything has to be automated, right? Is it fine that someone then goes and binds this volume manually? But then also the question could be from a different perspective is like, yeah, but how often are you going to do this crap, right? Because we would probably bind something here, right? To this drive that we have right now, right? And let's imagine that this drive was a RAID 1 like stuff. So let's imagine that setup has worked eventually when we get these new hard drives. Yeah, very interesting. Give me 2 seconds. I have got an issue. I have Ethernet ports in living room and cables running through the walls. When I plug in cable in the modem, which is the living room, and cable in the office, it doesn't seem to get any signal. It's probably a connector. I mean, if it's a direct connection, it's probably a connector, or the cable is damaged somewhere. Exactly, right? So if you have a child, if you have a small kid or kids, if you have a dog or any animal, or if the connector has, you know, some connectors are simply like, especially if it's a cheaper cable, some connectors are just not set properly, right? Because a lot of these cheaper cables are done manually. I remember when I went to Cisco Academy, the connectors at the end of the cables. So these 6-pin connectors, right? You have 6 cables in there, right? And some of them transfer power, some of them transfer data. 8 actually. Sorry, it's been too long. It's been too long. There's 8 exactly. What you can get, right? I don't remember. It's been so long since I've done that. Many years. But what you could get to fix it, and why am I mentioning this? Because I know it's very tough sometimes when the cables are in the wall. So UTP connector tool, or what I don't remember. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, you can find, of course, something a lot cheaper. But here's the, yeah, crimping tool set. You don't need that. You can find something a lot cheaper, I'm sure. Oh shit, yeah. But this is something you would need. Good evening. So you would basically use a tool like this, right? And then you would order these wires in a specific order. So there's an order to it, right? And you know the order by the colors of these small strings cables. But you can find that on YouTube, right? But you can see you end up doing this, and then you see image 6, and then 7, 8, and that's where you end, right? This is very expensive. You don't need to get this. This just comes with some tools to basically test if you have actually properly done it. But you know, I never had this tool when I worked as a Cisco engineer, so I would just do it and plug it in a computer. Actually, ironically. Exactly. But it's also been many years, I think. Yeah, I don't actually remember, but I think around 2008, 7, 8, or 9 is when I did this last time. Okay, so cool. Yeah, our pleasure. Okay, so yeah, because I'm kind of becoming lazy, let's ensure that this mounts the drive that we have created. So essentially, Postgres should save the data there. Yeah, I don't like this. I think it's doing... Actually, I do like this, yeah. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay, I guess, to some degree. Yeah, no. To be very frank with you, Vlad, I really wish that I've used just Docker Compose here. One Docker Compose for Postgres and for Redis. I would have actually liked that more. I don't know. I really love Docker Compose. It served me my whole infrastructure on Programmer Network in production is really 2 Docker Compose files. One for the services that run in production. No, I can. It's just I wasn't sure for this type of stuff that we can switch these things to Docker Compose. It's just I don't know, I just wanted to have separate, you know, like I guess I segregated it a little bit too much, right? And I don't know if I want to change it now, to be honest. But yeah, of course we can, absolutely. Maybe eventually, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Maybe eventually we'll just merge these two into just a single Docker Compose playbook for setting up our databases, then mounting somewhere. Okay, let's try this, but yeah, I'm not so happy with this. Do you manage logs for PN with Docker? I can show you how I manage logs. Not really. I'll show you in a moment. It's a very good question. Just bear with me. Actually, fuck. Now here we need to provide. My pleasure, man. Oh, did we hard code the mount point? Yeah, we did. No, yeah. Thank you very much for the follows and stuff. Appreciate it. Yeah, do I like that? Because what this guy did, it has a mount point in pgdata directory. Yeah, I think actually I do. Okay, sorry, I'm just, I need to kind of see it and internalize it a bit, but I think I do, yeah. So in our case, that would be empty mount storage, right? So here it would be storage, and then this is the directory. We don't care. We're still setting these things up and stuff, so it's fine. I'm a little bit skeptical about this failing now, which is the Docker SDK, right? I kind of see the point why they want us to use the SDK and not run the commands directly. But is it like an awesome, huge value? No, not really. Not really, honestly. Yeah, exactly, right? Install Docker SDK. Yeah. This environment is externally managed. To install Python packages system-wide, try and... Yeah, that's the problem, because I think our disto doesn't like this. It for some reason, it doesn't allow installing Python globally. So I guess we need to install Py. What was it? I remember it's been long ago since I wrote Python, but they have a package manager or something. Yeah, Py virtual environment, yeah. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know, to be honest. It's kind of overcomplicating it a bit. And then the core question becomes, is the complexity worth the quality that it provides? What? Oh, there's a typo, it seems. Yeah. Is that the typo? No. The fuck? Let's try that again. ensure create a Python virtual environment. Okay. Install. Okay. Cool. Run Postgres container, and this is now questionable. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. All right. So let's try to, from this computer, can we still connect? Okay, nah, not really. Let's see what's happening. Okay, we actually can. Nice, nice, nice. But I'm interested now into one thing. So while we are in second Raspberry Pi, let's go ls amount storage. So the core question now becomes relation cars doesn't exist. Okay, so let's create a table and let's create a few records. Yeah, I don't see that directory created on our external drive. Yeah, I don't see it there. Ah, crap. It's because of this, right? Really? How did that then work? Fuck, what? Okay, so let's change that. And let's run it again. Buckethead. Ooh, Children of the Sea. I used to play this song with my band when I was very young. Jesus, Ozzy. No, actually, this was Dio. Alright, cool. Okay. Okay, now we see it there. Okay. So now we can, in fact, see... Okay, that's awesome. Great, guys. That's great. So now we have a database that, in fact, stores data there. Permission denied. Okay. Yeah, there it is. There it is. I don't know how they encrypt the data or how they store it there, to be honest. I have no idea. Yeah. Cool. Very nice. All right. Very awesome. Very, very awesome. So we have a bunch of these things that now work. You can see kind of what we got by using the Docker SDK, right? So if you remember a couple of minutes ago, we just used the command line module in Ansible, right? Now since we're using the SDK, we can kind of use this fancy, more structured / formatted syntax. So we can now almost like in a Docker compose file, right? You can pass. So yeah, this is nicer, I must admit. Yeah, it's way easier to read and maintain instead of one long ass string with break lines and stuff like that, right? Yeah, this is better. So this virtual environment, that's a like check learning point there. So this was worth it, right? So what did we do? So this is the key to that, right? Let's learn about that a bit. Creation of virtual environments. The Ven module creates lightweight virtual environments, each with their own independent set of Python packages. What was it now? HTOP. What the fuck is Bluetooth doing? Do we have Bluetooth, man? What the fuck? Why? Why do we... Yeah, I mean, we should probably nuke that crap. Why would we need Bluetooth, man? Alright, well, write an Ansible playbook to turn it off and disable it. Why would I? Comes with a Wi-Fi chip, I see. Well, let's disable that, right? There's no point in running that. Yeah, is this really a path? Wait, like I'm a little bit worried. Like I would much rather prefer to do this manually first time. Does this really exist? Yeah, actually it does. Okay. But it's already blacklisted, it seems. So how the fuck is it working then? Oh no, this is, yeah, but I have turned off Wi-Fi already. So Wi-Fi I have disabled. So this I have done already. Ah, okay, so, but if we do HTOP, right? Why are we seeing Bluetooth? What is this process? You see this on top of it here with where my cursor is. Libexec Bluetooth, right? So it seems to me that there's something Bluetooth related that's running. This guy here, right? I see. So maybe these are the parts, right? Only the, yeah. Okay, so let's try, right? Yeah, it's just I have a hard time like thinking that we're gonna use it for something, right? So I would much rather not have it running because I don't have any plans for Bluetooth right now, right? So don't take me wrong, it's not that I'm thinking that it's useless. It's just for our use case here, I see very little chance, at least now. Who knows, maybe in the future, but Okay, let's see. So if this works, then I'm gonna run this on other 3 Raspberry Pis as well. I just didn't feel confident doing that right away because I don't know if it's gonna work. So let's give it a second and then we'll just smack this everywhere. Let's go to our, what was it called? Inventory, right? I'll uncomment that. Yeah. So do we see that process still somewhere? I don't think so. We should not see it anymore, right? So let's search blue. No, we don't see it, right? Toot. No. Okay, good. Right. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna comment this out because that's where we ran it already. And we'll remove the limit from here. And then we'll run it on 3 other devices, right? Nice. Very nice. Very nice. I like that. Okay, let's wait for all 3 Raspberry Pis to restart. This there is already done, so these 3 now are restarting first, third, and fourth. Ah, I keep missing the character there. Alright, I'll just go quickly through the list. Is there something else fishy or unnecessary? I don't think so. Nice. Okay, so yeah, I worked with this protocol. I actually implemented a derivative of this protocol, if you may. So we use Bonjour with MDNS. When I worked at Airtame, we had our own variation of MDNS because I worked for Airtame for a couple of years, and when I was there, basically Airtame is a little device that connects to the Wi-Fi in your home or your meeting room, whatever, and then you can share your screen through that. And the Airtame itself is using our own version or their version of MDNS. And I remember back then also stumbling upon Bonjour as well, because essentially the device itself has to broadcast and has to be discoverable by others, right? So actually interesting. I literally think we could potentially even disable the Avahi daemon. Because I don't think that we need the service either. Because I don't know why this is running on a Raspberry Pi right now at all. Like, where is my Raspberry Pi now? Like, I'm not gonna do that now. I'm not 100% sure. But let's ask let's ask OpenAI. Yeah, why are my Raspberry Pis having Avahi daemon on. All of them are worker nodes in a cluster, so why would they need, and why would they want to be this code? Oh my god, I misspelled that word so much. It's crazy. Yeah, oh, MDNS as well, exactly. Yeah, that's what I just mentioned. Exactly, it allows devices to advertise. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, exactly. So this is my assumption as well. We don't really need this process running, right? Right, we don't really need any of this. Yeah, also NTP, right? Which is not very secure protocol, right? Exactly. Yeah, this is all my assumption. I'm just not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure how, because you do want the NTP. My biggest fear is like, I don't know how's that's gonna affect my DHCP, right? Actually, I don't think that it's gonna do anything with that at all. It has nothing to do with that. It's just, I'm a little bit afraid of. Yeah, it's late now. My brain is starting to shut down. It's almost midnight. So let's not do this. But I'll write a little note here. Let's just say disable Avahi or whatever. Avachi daemon question mark. Your brain has a virus. All right. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we'll see. We'll have to figure it out. We'll have to figure it out. But I have a feeling that we can nuke at least the MDNS part. At least the MDNS part. Because we want to handle pretty much the networking part ourselves, and I don't actually think it matters. I don't think it makes any difference. All right, and now the ultimate question is, what do you core? What do you think? Also, you, Vlado, if you're still there, should I order these disks? Should I order 2 of these disks and the adapters? What do you think for the RAID to work? Because keep in mind the stuff that we mounted here. Yeah, previous ones are the one that I have right now. It's just a cylinder one, yeah, mechanical one. Yeah, exactly. It's very old one. Yeah, so it's definitely not an SSD. So the question is, if we get 2 of those, or even potentially, this is like 2-3 times the price, which is also okay. I don't mind. I just think it's a huge overkill getting 2 of those. But these have some sort of a cache. Give me a second. Let me take a look at that. Where did you post it? Oh, actually, this is amazing. Let me actually. No, no, this is very nice. I like the 3D printed case, this plexiglass. This is super awesome. I like that. The USB drives are above. What the fuck is this, man? This is amazing. What? Are you kidding me, bro? Wow, that is pretty insane, dude. What is the transfer rate? How much reads and writes we can do before it dies? I don't know I forget the name of that metric. Fuck, man, this is cheaper than the actual big ass. This is more expensive than the big ass drive. Why? No, they would be powered from. So this guy is powered through the USB basically. So it would be powered through the USB. The current ones are also powered through the USB. The thing is, right? The thing is, that is the thing, right? I mean, it's not a problem to invest some cash. It's just like I want to make sure it's not thrown into like for nothing, right? Because Kirill, good evening, my friend. How you doing? Good to see you. So I don't know. This could be good for start, right? Right back at you, buddy. Right back at you. This could be good for the start, I think. Okay, let's agree on one thing. It would definitely be better than what I have now, right? Which is the old ass HDD, right? So this is still like a huge upgrade, and it's so cheap, man. This is like, I don't know how many euros, maybe 25 euros. Let's see. So this is super cheap, right? 25 euros. I mean, this is ridiculous, right? This is like 2 burgers in Copenhagen here, right? No, I mean, yeah, but I don't want to take that path, good Nick. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I have a bunch of hardware around the house. I just want to make this cluster to be encapsulated as a component itself, right? So Mac Mini, of course, would work. Old laptop would work, right? But keep in mind, power consumption is a huge thing here, right? So if you guys have some other suggestions for some hard drives, just let's try Raspberry Pi SSD. Yeah, this is not an option because I don't have the space. So NVMe is not an option. Yeah, and this is 1 terabyte. Like, I don't need, I'm not creating a NAS, right? Raspberry Pi released their own SSD. Is that what you're saying? Okay, interesting. Let's see, I didn't know. Raspberry Pi 5. Ooh, this could be an option for us. That's what she said, right? Okay, sorry. You just invited me to it. I'm sorry. Okay, but as always, can I buy it in Europe? Because, to be very frank with you, buying a Raspberry Pi 5 and then using that pretty much literally just as a storage type of computer for this whole thing. Oh, fuck, I can actually buy it here. What? Nice, man. That's great. Shit, this is good, guy. This is amazing. Oh, out of stock. Fuck you. Okay, so let's imagine we would go with this path, right? So we would need the drive, I suppose. We would need to NVMe base, right? So I guess you need the base, right? To smack this bad boy somewhere, I suppose. Where does the NVM go? It goes here, right? 2 of them. Is this the one? Yeah, I think so, right? Okay, so let's imagine, so I guess so, right? So these small fellas, I'm a little bit confused, like, where do we plug? Is this a standard NVMe that we can just plug it? Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't like this crap. Yeah, okay, fuck. So we can only smack. I would like a RAID just as a possibility for learning experience, right? So I would like to have a proper setup that kind of almost illustrates the reality as much as possible. So none of this is nothing we do here is actually necessary for anything if you would want to go that right? But I would like to kind of do things properly in a minimalistic way, right? So I really want to have a RAID, yeah. But this, I mean, like, so I guess we have several possibilities. If we don't set up the RAID, I mean, we're gonna set up some sort of R clone anyway. So we will still back up this database somewhere to the cloud, most likely. But this then becomes a fundamental question of, it really becomes a question of how nerdy we want to be. Because think about it this way. Let's imagine one day this shitty platform we built becomes something. You could say that then for sweaty nerds, you know, you could say, well, actually they appreciate that the data is in-house somewhere, right? So it's fundamentally, of course, if we start thinking rational here, which we are not right now, then none of this is necessary. But fundamentally, you could say, could this crap be a value as well? Maybe there's 7 people on Earth who would be like, you are hosting the data yourself, and you're not giving my data to Microsoft and Google and AWS. This is real platform, right? So if we find people like this, you know, who appreciate that, then you could say that's rather a feature, not moving your data anywhere, but encrypting it. So these are all just funny and silly and fun questions to ask, right? Okay, but this, God knows when this is going to be available, right? God knows when this is going to be available, right? Motherfuckers. Man, why did they make it so complicated? I literally have to I'm now like calculating crap in my head, man. Okay, so two of those can fit into one of those. And then we need another adapter, I guess, to mount this crap, do we? No. Okay. Okay, so that could be an interesting solution, right? So we get this adapter, PCIe to 2 M2 adapter. We get a Raspberry Pi 5, and then we get 2 of these drives. So that would be, let me calculate, probably more expensive. So Notepad, so 2x 300 crowns. That's 100 euros almost. Then this bad boy is 150, so 150. So that's 450 so far, right? And then the Raspberry Pi 5. Literally, I mean, it's gonna cost more than that, I swear to God, right? Raspberry Pi 5 with 8 gigs, another 100 euros. I would also need to pay customs for that, Cassie. And then 700 for this. Jesus God Lord. So that in total is, so far, right? And then Vlad has suggested. Okay. Yeah, definitely. And then I can kill myself. Whatever. Okay. And then 130. So we need basically a power supply, right? Bloody Brexit, exactly. So minimum it would cost 1,000. Yeah, 300 basically. That I have. That company covered that. So basically buying this would cost 175 euros. €175. Oh fuck no, you're right. This is 600 here. So this is 600. 600. So wait, let's calculate that again. So we 150 power supply. Let's say 70 SD card. Micro SD. So this is 600. So 100. So it's, yeah, so actually this is the price. So that's more than 200 euros. Yeah. Do I watch anime? No, I'm an adult. I'm just shitting on you. Sorry. I'm actually, am I? No, I don't. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I don't know. For some reason, I really think that raid is a good idea. No? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should. Right, exactly. I mean, so literally, look. This now has... So this is now 203 euros, right? And this whole thing here, like shit that I have in my basket, 2 SSDs, 2 SATA adapters. I mean, I don't need to get the rest of this stuff. This is kind of extra. So this stuff is basically like, if I would remove some of these, is fairly cheap, right? So if I would leave this for later, leave this for later, and leave this for later, right? So my fundamental problem, no good Nick, is that performance is what is performance, right? I mean, like, so you know, Nick, you've been part of my stream when I was streaming before long, like, right? We would need to define here what the performance is, right? Because, like, how would we need to define? Well, we would need to say, okay, look, this is what we would need to do to be able to discuss it. For example, say that we have 2 of the above drives in RAID, right? Okay. What is their potential max performance, right? Meaning, how much can they write, read, right? And then we would get some number, x, right? Say this is x, right? And then we say, okay, what is a potential traffic to our server? So what traffic would we need so this x here no longer suffices, right? Because we don't know, right? I mean, it's very hard to, like, let's not forget that internet existed before M2 drives and SSDs, and web pages still didn't load for 10 minutes, right? So actually, I genuinely don't know. But it would be nice, I actually don't know. Because, I mean, this guy can deliver what? This guy, for example, can read how much? Where is the I mean, where is the fucking performance, man? Yeah, so 500, right? Okay, so this guy can do, sure. So this guy can do, you know, right? So this guy can do 500 versus 500, right? If we go to programmer network, right? And let's refresh the page here, right? And files will be on the CDN anyway. So we're going to have some CDN in front of Cloudflare. So we're not going to be delivering CSS files, right? So if we take a look at the HTTP requests and we do some calculation in here, let's imagine that. So when you open up Programmer Network and you come to the feed, we get 7.9 plus, shit. Why is the dot 7.9 plus 2.5, 2.5 plus 1.6 plus 1.5 plus 1 plus 0.143 plus, no, that's not correct. Let's imagine, anyway, I'm nerding too much. Let's imagine that this is 15 kilobytes, right? So when an average user on initial load, we load 15 kilobytes. And then when you click on an article, that's 5 kilobytes, for example, right? So you get where I'm going with this. So this would be the traffic we would be delivering. This is what our database reads, right? The only thing. So let's imagine that an average session of a user. And let's imagine right now we have 10 active users on this platform. 10 active users. Let's imagine we have 100 active users, 1,000 active users. And let's imagine that they browse the site for 5 minutes. So we multiply this by initial load, which is 15 kilobytes. So this is 15,000 kilobytes. Just for 1,000 users to come and see. So I'm not going to go into deep math here, but the point is we would need to calculate, right, how much... No, you didn't actually. Thank you for the question, because I literally want to calculate this myself. So how much traffic would we need so our hard drive actually becomes a bottleneck, right? So how much read and write would we need for this to not suffice? And we would need concurrent users. So we would need users to concurrently kind of do this in order to feel that, I suppose, right? And I think also maybe worth mentioning is that we will have probably lower latency here as well, because hard drive is directly plugged into the basically the server itself, right? But the point being is, I don't know, but it would be nice to actually calculate, and this can be calculated. So I just have a hard time believing that the hard drive is going to be a bottleneck, right? Especially due to such a low percentage of users using the platform, right? So minimum amount of stuff we can already buy, right? So we buy 2 of these disks and we buy 2 of these adapters. I think that's reasonable, right? I mean, it's just for the storage, to store our database and to replicate the data basically on 2 drives. That's pretty much all that there is, right? So I would say, yeah, I don't think that it's going to impact performance in some way. That's at least my take. I don't know. Durability, then, you could say. Yeah, exactly, right? November 24th. What the fuck? Why? Why would it arrive on 24th of November, man? Oh shit, this is even cheaper, man. What the heck? Can this arrive faster? And why is it so well rated? Well, I mean, yeah. Okay, let's try this. Because I like this because there's only 128 gigs. That's amazing. So let's try that. Let's just see if we can get it faster. I don't want to wait for 3 weeks, man. What the hell? This is so cheap. Nice. All right. What do you guys think? We get this, right? Yeah. Let me just make sure that's compatible with this crap. Yeah, serial 8. Yeah, should work, right? With the connector that I'm getting. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. Fuck it. I think it works, right? I think this will work with that. It's set to 3. Okay. I'm gonna order that now. I do. I'm going to work tomorrow, definitely. All right, there we go. So hopefully they will arrive soon, and then we can give it a shot. Let me just check my bank. Nice. Super. Okay. Well, let's see. They say it's gonna arrive in 2 days. So that would be... No, this is super cheap, man. I don't think we can get cheaper than this. No. I don't think we can get any cheaper than this. Right? I don't think we can get cheaper than this. This was 50 euros. I think that's amazing, man. I mean, we couldn't even get approximately a single M2 suggested here, right? So that's a great deal. I would say that's a great deal. I mean, you know, there's always a core, there's always that saying, right? I'm not rich enough to buy cheap things, right? So I think for me, it's rather, you know, as a tech lead at work, I'm obsessed by COGS and all of these metrics, right? Because it's easy to make things that are expensive work. Like, you know, go to GCP, go to AWS, Azure, and things just work, right? For the most part. So here it's like we're trying to figure out how can we make some setup that's really almost affordable to anybody work. So this is like, can we make it, right? So for example, yeah, if we make this cluster work and it costs, you know, 6 euros a month to run electricity wise, I mean, that's great, right? Because I mean, you know, based on the traffic that an average user has, right? I mean, you could run a lot of things on this, right? So if you know what I mean, right? Exactly. Or that. All right, fellas, let's round up. I need to run to work tomorrow, and so hopefully these drives are gonna come soon. 25 watts. 25 watts of power right now. Kraft, thank you very much, and of course everybody else for being here. Yeah. We'll continue tomorrow, I hope, and start kind of doing more work on Kubernetes and then setting up services and setting up other things. But yeah, I learned a lot. So thank you to everybody, especially to Core and to Vladu and all of you guys, and to Chika. He's not here anymore. That's not less power Drew. Then keep in mind, this is including 2 routers. So everything here, including 2 MikroTik routers, one is on the top of this cluster, you don't see it. So that's 2 routers included, plus 4 Raspberry Pis. Yeah. So it's fundamental difference. Yeah. All right, fellas. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Your old laptop is a 22. There you go. So it's almost equal, right? Because of the screen, I guess. You have a screen on and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe. No screen. I see. You can probably optimize that. Put it in some power saving mode or whatever. Disable some components, etc., right? You could probably get that down further. Disable all the useless stuff that's running, right? Because that's where Raspberry Pis are good, I think, and that's where Kubernetes is good as well, right? If things are running idle, you can have it drawing almost nothing, right? So that is also something we're going to be working on. I'm actually very interested to figure out how can we tell these Raspberry Pis, hey, yeah. All right, fellas, thank you very much. I wish you all good night. Thank you for helping me and helping me learn some new things today. I appreciate that. Chica, thank you as well, man. Thank you for your help. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Speak tomorrow, Cassie and everybody else. Peace out, guys.